In this video, I'm going to introduce grids and why we use them. And then in considering the content from your midterm research project, we're going to go into Illustrator and I'm going to demonstrate how to make a column grid layout. And that satisfies the requirements for your lab, part of your lab that's assigned this week. So the first thing is, what is a grid? And there's lots of information on Canvas that links to the content that I'm going to refer in the videos, so you can kind of look at these a little more in detail than what I'm going to cover in the video. But essentially a grid is a system for organizing a layout. And the layouts can be for books and print materials, or they can be for screen designs like websites, or even on our mobile devices. We're always thinking about using a grid in order to facilitate putting the content in a kind of a coherent and organized way. There are lots of different kinds of grids, but the one that I want to kind of talk about is the column grid, this one right here. So this is the most common type of grid used in graphic and web design, and it involves taking a page and splitting it into a number of vertical fields, which objects are then aligned to. So it's pretty common to see, if you kind of look at layouts in print or on the websites, you can kind of see the different kinds of grids. And here's an example of a page layout. And it's pretty easy to see just by looking at it that this would be, there's 6 columns here. I can count the number of text columns, and that looks like a 6-column grid. And 6 columns are pretty commonly used in magazine and newspaper design. But the thing about your grid is that it's not meant to dictate that you have to fill every column with content. As you can see down at the bottom here, this big blue type timeline, you can fashion your content to kind of fit any kind of parameters. But as you can see, it's a good system for lining things up, having good alignment, and you can grids accommodate all kinds of content. So just because you have a 6-column grid doesn't mean you can't have a big headline that takes up 3.5 columns. So, and then here's another little example on the right side here. It looks like it's about half of a column. So it doesn't mean that you have to fit all of your content into the constraints of a grid. It just gives you an overall structure to being able to place your content so that it appears organized, and then the reader and the user can get through the material easily.